All right, guys. So today, I'm going to be doing some replacement seat covers. I'll put reupholstering these seats here. So these are my rear seats in the WS6. You might say this doesn't look bad, but it's a little wrinkly. And on this one, is actually not bad. But the reason why I'm redoing the seats is because when I got the car, somebody, I don't know, at some point had spilt something, or I don't know, water or something. I don't know. Looks more like chemicals to me, but see how I shrank that together, drawn that in, and this is really bad here. So for a while, I've just had some seat covers, over top, and these are starting to fade because they're black. So I'm going to redo these. My front seats, the passenger seat, has the same issue where whatever this is got in the same area on the front seat, and it drew it in too. So I want to get it back to factory. So here's the new rear seat cover here. Very well made. This is the ebony color. So I've got the rear seats, I've got the rear back and the front, and then the headrests come with covers as well. So if you're looking for, and I think I paid maybe about $900 for the full set. But OC Auto Carpets is where I got this from. It took them about, I think about 3 weeks, because it's by business day. So about 3 weeks, I got a notification that they were mailed out. They have all the factory colors. They do some custom stuff too, where I think they've got some where you can get not on the back seat, but the front headrest and stuff, where you can get like the WS6 collector's edition, or the bird embroidered on the headrest. But just check them out. They also do headliners, carpet, sun visors. So pretty much anything you'd want for the interior of your vehicle. Like I said, this is vinyl. There's a couple of other sites that do interior covers that do leather. Obviously leather is going to be more expensive. And then if I remember correctly, when I was looking, there were less options for like customization colors from the company that I found online. But so I'm gonna get started on this. Shouldn't take me long. When you buy the covers, it comes with the hog rings and the tool to bend them back together. Some instructions. I've done this before on my 79 Trans Am, so I know what I need to do. But pretty much, if you look, and as you can see, that's the factory ebony. But see, you got the hog rings that are fastened to the frame in various places. So it's not too many on the rear seat bottom. So like one, then there's 2, 3, 4, and then across. Same up this way. So the foam is in pretty good shape, so I don't think I'll end up having to do anything with that. But I'm gonna get started on that. I'll do a couple of quick shows of the finished product and whatnot. So let's get started. So this is what the seat foam looks like when I took it off, took the hog rings off. and whatnot. Actually found the date. There's a date stamp on there. So June 11th, 2002. Yeah, and for those wondering why I've got this orangish looking color here, at some point the rear seal on the back hatch, those cars are known to leak if you park them a certain way and then it rains and the water builds up back there at the hatch where the seal is. So at some point there was water entry underneath the seat, but that issue's been addressed. Just reseal up the seals or whatever. But anyway, so when I took the seat cover off, the old seat cover, from the factory, they spray some glue, so that's why there's that little bit of missing foam there, but that's just where they had glue. So other than that, that took me maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes to get the seat cover off, and it should be about the same to put the new one on. All right, so here's one finished. The imprint here is where I had a box sitting in there to hold it down. So in the last video, the other part of the video from the factory, this area here is glued down. So I went out and bought some upholstery glue, sprayed it on here and held it down, and then also the foam had shrank from the factory, so I had to put some foam in here to kind of fill it in. But this should work itself out once it gets hot. But other than that, you know, it's just fasten it back together. Even from the factory, it didn't have nothing there, so I think they look good. It looks good. Now I'll work on the next one. Okay, so I had started and did the back seat, and I forgot to record what it looked like with the padding off. So just to kind of give you an idea, so the factory seat cover on these edges here has like a plastic hooking system that goes all the way across. But on these replacements, it's Velcro, very strong Velcro. And then you got to you can leave this on. This is where the seat mounts in the car. And then you can leave this hook to release the seat so you can let it down in the car. This you had to take off, and then you had to put it back on the other side. But there's two Velcro strips built into the foam on these rear seats, so you don't have to use glue or anything on this. So I didn't have to glue or add any additional padding onto this, but there's two strips. There's one here and there's another one in the same spot across here. You just, on the back side of the seat cover, there's padding that will attach it to the Velcro. So here is the old seat cover. This is the holes that the seat belt bracket will mount onto. You can't see it on the one I just did because it doesn't have the holes cut out. I just had to puncture to put some holes. But yeah, this is the plastic hooking system that they used on the other, so it just kind of hooks into one another and it keeps it together. But kind of like on the seat bottoms, at some point something, I'm leaning more towards chemicals, but something got dropped on this and then it shrank it in. And then also you can't really see it from the video, but this is really sun, we're gonna call it sunburnt. This is really hard and dried out. Even though my back glass has window tint on it when I got the car, I don't know how long that tint was on there before, from the last owner. But the car was a Florida car, so it saw plenty of sun. But as you can see, this is the original design, and then this is the aftermarket replacement. So I'm happy with it. So I got the 2 seat bottoms done, and I got this back pad done. So next thing to move on to is the front seats, which I think those will be pretty fun to work on, since they've got the adjustments and all that stuff built into them. So that's all for the back. So here's the back installed in there. Got some fingerprints and stuff on there. I'll wipe it off and put some protectant on them. It looks good.